Jump scare. Hello everyone, the doctor is back in and welcome to another one of my art videos. And today I am here to introduce you to a new OC that I've been working on for a while and will giving her a revamp look as we speak. So first off, codename Swire, real name Cassandra. She is... Okay, the best way to explain this situation is kind of a running joke that I kind of started with my friends in Punishing Gray Raven. And yes, she is a Punishing Gray Raven OC. So I basically made her the daughter of Nicola. Yes, that Commander Nicola. And well, it was kind of a hypothetical situation of what if Nicola had a daughter, and not just any daughter, a rebellious daughter. Because why the frick not? That trope hasn't been done to death enough. So Cassandra, she is the best friend to my OC, Aaliyah, codename Aisha in the game. And she's more of a support character who helps my main character out whenever I need intel on what's going on in Task Force on Commander Nicola's side. And unlucky for Commander Nicola, his rebellious daughter, who is, well, the relationship is kind of on thin ice thanks to his occupation in the past and the present, is willing to pretty much help us out anytime she can, and also for a price, because this metalhead, steak loving, punk loving girl would ask of my character and her team to go to Earth and search for some old stuff, such as rock music, metal music, any type of music that probably tickles her fancy and she probably wants to hear. Cause yeah, why not? I mean, truth be told, what friend doesn't use their other friend to get small things for them? Alright. Cassandra is a part of the support force, and no, she's not a construct, she's a human, 100% human. And her role in the support force is to basically help us out anytime we need her for either supplies or simply needing direction to find the last camp her and her team went to, so we can deliver some supplies. For Cassandra backstory, we meet her in elementary school, where at the time she was a bit of a pretentious B-word who uses her status to basically make others feel like a bunch of peasants. So she was kind of a Vanessa back in her days. However, this one was saved a lot quicker. Well, sadly, Vanessa was the sacrificial lamb. Yeah, her and Vanessa were basically rivals back then, and even though she didn't want to behave that way, she saw it as a way to probably get her father's attention if she behaved that way, until my OC basically comes up and smack her out of it, literally. And that's basically how my OC and her became friends. We fought, because what friends don't fight on the first time they meet. And yeah, basically after that we just became friends / frenemies in a way. After getting to know Cassandra and her situation with her father, we come to learn that she has a very rocky relationship with Nicola, mostly because that he's barely ever home, drowns himself in work, and well, as she grows up and learns more about his past, she begins to resent her father even more. Cause yeah, Corano, that group deserves no friggin' mercy. But of course, thanks to this situation here, she does have a lot of self-destructive behaviors. Even to the point where she nearly did the same thing that Chrome did to himself, thanks to his father pressuring him a lot. So, as a good friend my MC is, she managed to convince her not to go through with turning herself into a construct, still live her life as a human, and instead of going to the front lines, I convinced her to stay with the support force. And thanks to that, she meets Bridget, learns how to, wrong button, learns how to accept the, dang, how do I freaking explain this? But yeah, she found Bridget, basically found a second mother figure in her life because, yeah, why not? I might as well just knock her mom out of this equation. Because apparently in Punching Gray Raven, the less family members you have, the higher your survival rate is. Holy cow. What that game? But yeah, Bridget acting as her second mother helped her get past the hardships that she's been going through at home and pretty much found a new found family amongst my group and also the support force. Her choice of weapon. Well, Cassandra, being the metalhead she is, fell in love with a manga and manhwa that I gave her that had characters using all sorts of different types of objects as weapons, but the main one that she liked the most would be the nail bat. Another weapon that she also liked is an automatic rifle or even an AK-47. Yeah, she likes I don't know what's the word for this situation. You know what, never mind, it might sound appropriate if I say it, so you guys write it down in the comments the type of weapon she likes, okay? Just know she likes weapons that can get the job done as quickly as possible. Alright, on to hobbies. So, as I said before, Cassandra is a bit of a metalhead. And by that, her favorite instrument that she is currently learning and so far improving in is the drums. Now, the reason why she's into metal is, well, my OC fault, and allow me to say Nicola is not happy about that. Do I give a crap? Nope. Anything to annoy that man, I will do it. Her particular, the song that got her into metal happened to be by a famous YouTuber, a Japanese YouTuber at that, who created a song that Cassandra does not hesitate to hum around her father, which I have warned her multiple times not to sing the English lyrics around because God knows what he would do to me if she did. Onwards to her likes and dislikes. If you couldn't tell, she's a bit of a warmonger herself. She wants to be in the front line, so you can tell that she pretty much loves the chaos of war and also loves anything that can get on her father's nerves. But she also have normal likes such as, well, she likes gothic and also punk fashion. She loves music, particularly metal and rock, but she's okay with a bit of pop and K-pop. She's a tiny bit of a fashion head, so anything classy, cool, she will wear it. Her likes would be probably the concept of constructs in general, since, well, she's surrounded by them 24/7. Now, some of her dislikes, well, her father is one of them. She also doesn't like the group Carano because of what they did to a lot of people in the past. She has a hate owner for Corrupted. I didn't say the B, so that doesn't count, YouTube. And yeah, she doesn't really like to study much, even though she did make high scores in her college years. Another thing she don't like is taking orders, so you can already tell how that goes whenever Nicola orders her to do pretty much anything, to where either me or our other friend have to convince her to do what he says or else. The amount of time she has been house arrest because she disobeyed her dad. Good grief. Another thing she doesn't like is lies and secrets, so of course we have to be very open with her, or she is not afraid to voice her opinions about us. Another thing she doesn't like is, of course, Vanessa, because dear Lord, Vanessa just can't get enough of making enemies out of everybody. But one more thing that I forgot to talk about her is that she loves, and I mean loves, to tease the people around her. If she finds something or anything she can use against her friends, co-workers, anyone, she will use that as ammo to tease the living daylight out of you. And the main target for her teasing is my MC and poor Simon. Good grief. I don't know. I think she probably has a crush on him if she keeps this up. Another thing that she likes to do is hang out with the Cerberus crew, even though her dad told her multiple times to stay away from them. That's not going to stop her from doing, well, pretty much anything he tells her to stop doing. Alright. I think that's about all I want to talk about her. She's a pretty simple character that I came up with who doesn't have that deep of a lore, but I will admit her mother's lore situation is kind of rocky too. Because originally I want her mom to be alive in her life, somebody who she can rely on in her time of need. However, the more that I think about it and the concept of punishing Ray Raven, I sadly had to get rid of her mom. But just know that Cassandra is half whatever Nicola is and also half ARU. Yes, she's half Russian. And if that's not enough of a hint on which NPC I'm talking about in the new patch that is on right now, the Lucia patch, then I just wish you guys luck on hunting down and finding out who that particular character is, because that's pretty much all the spoilers I will give from that game about this new character. Now, a weird thing about Cassandra's meltdown situation is if she was able to turn herself into a construct, she will want to be an attacker type construct, one who can go deep into the front lines. However, if she were to, she would have most likely deserted and joined Forsaken. Basically, her hate for her dad runs that deep, but evidently they do start to get along again due to recent chapters. Their bonding session pretty much starts in Hyperreal chapter, where she basically acted as the old man's bodyguard, or at least the one person who decided to take the front lines because they all didn't want to. Okay, there's a situation in that chapter where the old men didn't know who should go first to get past all of the corrupted and insane people that were kind of infected with the punishing virus. And originally, General Wells is the one who goes. But in this scenario, Cassandra managed to find the old men bickering about who should go first and decided to lead the way and show her father that she could indeed handle the front lines. Because, well, if your OC is a reincarnated character from all of the gacha games that you have played in the past, you're gonna learn some skills. You're gonna be able to teach others how to do those skills. And well, I taught Cassandra how to be a literal beast on the battlefield. And well, there's Cassandra. I'll just allow this video to continue on and enjoy the OST of me drawing, well, finishing up coloring this chick. See ya. I forgot to add that she is also a bit of a prankster. And yes, she creates the best pranks ever. Peace.
change. Change.
And that's all I'll be doing for Cassandra here. I also forgot to talk about her personality, but she's an outgoing, kind-hearted, silly head of a woman. And I can't wait to complete her drawing when I finish up shading her. Next video, I will probably either be doing my OC revamp or the final friend of this group before I start doing the brother and the constructs. So, until next time, the doctor is signing out.